Have you ever felt like you're just misunderstood? What if that feeling isn't some kind of social flaw, but actually a sign of something much, much deeper? Today, we're going to dive into the psychology of what it means when you might actually be too smart for the room.
Really think about it. You've been there, right? You're in a conversation, you're trying to connect, but it feels like you're speaking a completely different language. Well, you are definitely not alone in feeling that way, and there might be a very good reason why.
Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That chit-chat about the weather or what someone did over the weekend, it can feel like a total waste of mental energy. It's not that you're antisocial, not at all. It's just that these surface-level talks can leave you feeling completely drained instead of energized. And look, it's easy to see why some people might see this as you being arrogant or kind of aloof. But what if that's not it at all? What if there's another explanation? Psychology actually suggests it might have nothing to do with your attitude and everything to do with how your brain is wired to work on a much deeper level.
So, let's get into it. We're going to break down 8 telltale signs that show your mind just, well, it works a little differently. Let's see how many of these feel familiar to you.
Okay, sign number 1. You overthink a lot. And hold on, before you jump to conclusions, we are not talking about anxiety here. This is something else. This is about your deep-seated need to see the whole picture, to understand every single angle before you land on an answer. You just don't take things at face value. And get this, there's actually a super cool psychological term for this. It's called hyperconnectivity. It's like your brain is a supercomputer, constantly connecting seemingly random ideas, always trying to build this huge, comprehensive map of a situation instead of just, looking at the house.
And that hyperconnectivity, it leads right into our second sign. You notice the hidden patterns. It's not just about what people are saying, it's about why they're saying it. You're incredibly quick to pick up on those tiny shifts in their tone, their body language, even the words they choose not to say.
I love this quote because it just nails it. It's a form of high emotional intelligence, really. While everyone else is just reacting to the words, you're busy analyzing the motivation behind them. And honestly, that can be pretty intimidating to people who miss all those details.
Okay, number 3, you genuinely enjoy solitude. And let's be super clear, this does not mean you're a hermit or you dislike people. It's about protecting your mental space. For you, socializing all the time can feel like a constant interruption to a really fascinating conversation you're having inside your own head. Silence isn't empty, it's where you refuel.
Ooh, this next one is a big one. You almost never accept the answer because that's how we've always done it. Your mind is just naturally built to optimize everything. It's not about being a rebel, it's about a real, genuine drive to find a better, smarter, more efficient way to do things.
In sign number 5, this one can be tough because it often leads to that feeling of being isolated. You've got this burning desire to talk about big ideas, the universe, psychology, the future, but it feels like most conversations never even leave the shallow end of the pool.
Yeah, this really sums it up, doesn't it? It's this fundamental mismatch. You're craving depth, but you're surrounded by surface-level chatter. And that can leave you feeling bored, misunderstood, and honestly, profoundly alone, even when you're in a room full of people.
So, has anyone ever called you too quiet? Well, sign number 6 might be the reason. While other people are just talking, your brain is running 1,000 simulations a second, calculating the potential impact of every word. You choose them carefully, with precision, which can easily be mistaken for shyness or, arrogance again.
All right, number 7. This one could be a real double-edged sword. You are highly self-critical. See, high intelligence often comes with this razor-sharp awareness of your own flaws and the gaps in your knowledge. You don't just see what you know, you're painfully aware of all the things you don't know. And there's a word for this too, metacognition. It's basically the ability to think about your own thinking. It's an incredible tool for growing as a person because you're constantly fine-tuning your own thought process. But the flip side? It can make feeling genuinely confident a real challenge.
And that brings us to our final sign, number 8. It all comes down to what you value most. For you, truth is everything. Popularity? It's not even on the list. You'd much rather state an uncomfortable, honest truth than go along with the crowd just to be liked. And that commitment to authenticity can definitely make some people uneasy.
So, let's just pause for a second. As we went through those 8 signs, how many of them made you nod your head and think, yep, that's me?
Just recognizing these patterns is the first step to seeing them not as flaws, but as what they are, signs of a different way of thinking.
If there is one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. If you have ever been made to feel like you're too intense or too complicated, just let this idea sink in for a minute. It's not about you being too much. It's about the incredible depth of your processing. So what do you do with that? You protect it. Seriously, don't dumb it down. Don't try to squeeze yourself into conversational boxes that were never built for you. This way of thinking is an incredibly powerful asset. It's a rare strength, and you should nurture it. So, I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. Now that you can put a name to these traits, how can you start to leverage them? How do you turn that overthinking, that pattern recognition, and that love for the truth into your greatest advantages? Because that's where your real power is.